What if the difference between a broken man and a leader was simply the way he lived each day? Most people dream about changing their lives, yet every morning they wake up and repeat the same habits that keep them weak, distracted, and tired inside. But sometimes a single routine repeated long enough can rebuild a man from the ground up. In a quiet village surrounded by dusty roads and olive trees lived a young man named Daniel. Every morning, the village awakened with purpose, while Daniel remained buried beneath his blankets long after sunrise. His small house was cluttered with old clothes, dirty dishes, and unfinished plans. He spent hours staring at his phone, watching the lives of successful people, while secretly feeling ashamed of himself. He once dreamed of becoming someone respected, someone useful, someone strong. But year after year, his confidence faded. The villagers barely noticed him anymore. One cold morning, Daniel wandered through the marketplace with heavy eyes and a tired spirit when he noticed an elderly gardener kneeling beside a row of flowers near the fountain. The old man moved slowly and peacefully, watering each plant with care, as if nothing in the world could disturb his mind. His name was Gabriel. The strange thing was that everyone respected him. Shopkeepers greeted him warmly. Children listened when he spoke, and even the busiest people stopped to smile at him. Daniel could not understand why such a simple old man carried so much quiet power. As Gabriel stood up, he looked directly at Daniel and said, "A man who cannot lead himself will always feel lost." The words struck Daniel deeply. That evening, unable to forget the sentence, he returned to find Gabriel sitting beneath a fig tree, writing inside a small notebook. "How do people become strong?" Daniel asked quietly. Gabriel smiled gently. "Strength is not built in one great moment," he said. "It is built in small promises kept every single day." Then he tore a page from his notebook and handed it to Daniel. Written on the page were 10 simple instructions. Wake before sunrise, drink water in silence, pray or sit quietly, clean one part of your home, exercise for 20 minutes, work with your hands, read wisdom from successful people, help one person daily, write lessons learned at night, plan tomorrow before sleeping. Daniel stared at the list in disbelief. "That's all?" he asked. Gabriel nodded. "Do this for 30 days, he said. "Do not chase perfection. Simply return every time you fail." That night, Daniel cleaned a small corner of his room and set his alarm before placing his phone across the house. The next morning felt like war. His body begged him to sleep longer, but the memory of Gabriel's voice pushed him out of bed. He drank cold water while the village remained silent and dark. He sat quietly for several minutes, though his thoughts raced wildly. He cleaned his kitchen, exercised until his legs burned, and spent the afternoon helping an old neighbor carry wood. At night, he wrote only one sentence in his notebook: "I did not quit today." The first week was painful. Some mornings he overslept. Some days he skipped exercise or lost motivation completely. Shame whispered that he would always remain weak. But each time he failed, he remembered Gabriel's words, "Return." So he continued. Slowly, invisible changes began taking place inside him. His room became cleaner, his posture straightened, his mind grew calmer. He started reading stories about people who rebuilt their lives through discipline and patience. He learned that confidence was not something people were born with. It was created through repeated action. By the second week, Daniel began waking before the alarm. The cold morning air no longer felt cruel. It felt alive. He started helping villagers without being asked. He repaired broken fences, carried baskets for elderly women, and listened carefully when people spoke. Something in his eyes had changed. The emptiness was disappearing. One morning, while working beside Gabriel in the garden, Daniel noticed tiny green shoots rising through the dark soil. Gabriel smiled and said, "A healthy garden grows the same way a strong man grows, quietly, daily, patiently." Those words stayed with Daniel forever. By the 30th day, the village barely recognized him. His home was peaceful. His body felt stronger. His mind no longer carried constant confusion. But the greatest change was invisible. For the first time in years, Daniel trusted himself. Then one violent storm struck the village, flooding roads and destroying market stalls. Panic spread everywhere, yet Daniel remained calm. He organized people, helped families move supplies, and guided frightened children to safety. Without realizing it, the villagers began following his instructions. That evening, soaked from the rain, Daniel sat beside Gabriel, beneath the shelter of the old fig tree. "I understand now," Daniel said softly. Gabriel looked at him and smiled. "Leadership was never about controlling others," he replied. "It was always about learning to control yourself first."